Okay, so Raznaz here. This Zone 5's been going on for almost 2 days at the moment, and it's a bit of a stalemate, I'd say, overall. Like, the fighting at the moment, there's not a lot of objective fighting going on. It's more of a just grinding kills, and it's a big fort wall, and it's not very efficient to attack the forts, so I think it's a bit of a stalemate. You know, we're on the left side here with 2359 and 1981, and on the right is 1093 and their allies, 2387 and I think it's 1592. And they just set up a big fort wall along here, and at the moment it's unclear how that stalemate's going to break exactly. But yeah, I think we had a good opening. We managed to push out a bit faster and take control of the sanctuary, so we got that surrounded, so that's a positive. We didn't manage to get the Caesar Bastion yet, but perhaps if we manage to push them out of the zone later, we can get a hold of it. It's kind of in downtime at the moment, so there's not a lot going on. There's just some back and forth fighting here, which I guess I'll try to show how I do the back and forth fighting. Even though it's not the most enjoyable kind of fighting, I'll try to make another video later with maybe how the fighting goes in some different circumstances. Down the bottom here, got 2489 who are our allies. I'm in 1981, and this 3308 side here, they're also kind of deadlocked. I mean, 3308's obviously got a bit more territory, but I could see on the stats it looked to be fairly even. Yeah, I mean, I think 2489 have got a bit of an uphill battle here with some of the Kraken power that 3308 have, but they seem to be doing quite well so far, holding their own. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes on, how it plays out. They actually have some, I guess they'll be able to contest the sanctuary here in 6 hours, since it looks like they've kind of met at the sanctuary here on this side. But yeah, that's kind of how it's going. It looks like it's going to be a bit of a long KvK, and we're just trying not to burn ourselves out and fight efficiently. Pretty much at this stage I decided to just use my best 3 marches for now, since it's, I don't know, it's probably not worth running things down too much. And yeah, that's the 3 I'm using. And managed to get the what was it, Mehmed skill for QSH, using QSH YSG. That's easily the march that's doing the best. It's probably pretty much carrying the trades. So far, I mean, I've been trading really well. I haven't got a huge amount of kills yet. I guess not, you know, the fighting's not been the most fun, and trying not to burn myself out in this zone. So, but it's been going fairly positive. It's really tough out there against some of these tough accounts in 1093, and they are very disciplined on their fighting. Okay, so the fighting itself is not the best right now. There's a lot of just back and forth, people cheeseburgering. We're pushing deep into their territory, and the accounts that are out here are mostly extremely strong, like Akanada, like Itachi's out here, Al-Hytham. The other side is a lot of strong accounts. If I look around at most of these, there's sort of like 60 billion kills. There's like BT Cyborg, there's Ghost Rider. There's all mostly extremely strong maxed out accounts, so it's not easy out here. There's a lot of back and forth fighting. So on the whole, I'm just trying to fight efficiently and do the best that I can, and follow the cues from the ball, what the other players are doing. I think a lot of the time we kind of regroup, ball up, and then once we've kind of balled up, we push back onto them, and then we hopefully take out the siege when we get the chance. Slightly overextended there, but looks like it's going to be mostly okay. Pull back. Once we kind of group up, and that's usually the cue that we're going to turn back on them. Like, this is not everyone's favorite kind of fighting. I'm just talking about the kind of fighting that we have right now. And I'll try to make another video about how I'm fighting in different situations. But this one, it looks like it's going to be about this um, back and forth fighting. So right now, I'm just using 3 marches, my best 3 marches, because there's not a lot of objective fighting going on right now. It's kind of downtime, and I think this is a good balance, just having the 3 marches out there. I mean, honestly, QSH a lot of the time is just getting the better reports, so even just doing 1 march, you just want to get a few kills. In this situation is also not the worst, but if we'll get some objectives going, then I think about going back to 5 marches. So, I'm not paying too good attention to the fighting right now because I'm talking, but I'll try to do my best. I think generally every time we wall up, when the wall gets tight, that's around the time that you tend to turn around. So I try to stay close to the front of where we're walling up so that when I turn, I can actually hit someone. It's hard because we're on their territory, so their march speed is a bit better than ours. I turn just there. I thought we were walled up. Turned to be about the right time, but it's a really fast back and forth at the moment. Some of the main cues I look at is if you start seeing a few lines going back, like the enemy have a few lines going back, you know they're starting to turn around, so that's your time to turn on them. And if you start to see some of your allies' marches, sort of their lines starting to go back, then that can mean it's time for you to turn around, not overextend. And a lot of this back and forth, there is not a lot of kills to be gained, because it's hard to get skills off, but occasionally the fighting kind of breaks down a little bit, and we might manage to push through into their siege. That's where most of the kills come from. I was talking, wasn't paying attention, so I think my QSH is going to get wrecked there. That is unfortunate. But just hang it around here so we can kind of see how things are going. I'll put some more footage of different fights where I was talking before, but the sound quality wasn't the best. So up to you if you want to listen through it. Hopefully this one will have a bit better sound quality. We're just hoping that we can actually break through and get into their back lines at some point here. Alright, so none of them are going back. I start to see a few of them starting to turn back. Then it's around the time to get in there. They're trying to turn quickly on us, but in theory we should be pretty strong here. QSH pretty much dead, so I'll send him back. Maybe just full refresh. It's gonna be better. See if I can do better next time out. The little vultures are out here. Pretty much the only goals I have is to take siege out. Why am I going forward? Everyone's going back. Right. Let's push them. I think we need to go back. We pretty much have the numbers. That annoying QSH hitting me on the side. I think we can wipe from here, come on. So I mean, in summary, I'm pretty much just trying to follow guess, the movements of the ball. Even though there's no markers going on really, this is just a field fighting to drain them, get some kills efficiently, hopefully, that kind of thing. It's not, this is downtime at the moment, there's not a lot of objective fighting going on. So I just follow the lead of the ball, which is if people's lines are moving forward, the march is moving forward, then you follow them in. And if everyone suddenly their lines start going back, you see them turning around, then it's time to get out of there. Try to get some hotkeys so you can individually select your marches. I mean, you can configure those in the settings. I mean, some people might be reluctant to do it, but once you do it, you use it for an hour or so, you'll feel hard at first, but you'll get used to it pretty quickly, and it really helps your gameplay a lot if you can just remember, like, after a while, which hotkey selects which march. That can really improve your trades if one march gets out of position and quickly pull it back. Yeah, I mean, the other advice I would have is, yeah, if some of your marches, if one of your marches starts swinging, if you can attack someone in that direction, that will help keep that march under control. It's not always possible, but it can help. There's my gang really stayed healthy there. See how that went. I feel like that was pretty good. Yeah, that was a good outing. Alright, I'll leave it there, but yeah, it's a tricky fighting out here. Most of the players, BT Cyborg, Alhytham, like most of the fighters out here, Itachi, they have really strong marches, strong accounts, so to me, in this early zone, it makes sense just to fight carefully, follow the lead of the other players, and just trade as efficiently as I can. So yeah, I mean, it's probably not the way that most players would prefer to fight. It'd be nice if we had a bit more of an objective, pushing in, actually properly battling each other in the balls, but since there's not a lot of, no one quite wants to rally the forts yet, this is just adapting to the situation, I suppose. So I think there's not much point trying to be a hero and suicide your marches. Just following the trends, what other people are doing, and trying to get the best kills that I can. Let's see. Guys look a bit overextended, but 93 don't have too many numbers. Just kind of a mess, I don't know where I'm going. See, just heading up further and further back. I like this position, we're gonna get cut off, so let's come back. Not easy to talk while fighting, I normally just spam clicking everywhere. We can just group up a little bit. I think they're feeling confident right now because they've got numbers and they really pushed us. We're all up, but I think we're starting to go back. Some of them are a bit slow to get the memo. Pull tight. A few of them starting to run, so we'll come in. I feel like it's before we even attack, they start running. They just see us ball up and they start running. Oh, bit of a lag spike there. Let's go back. Let's go. These guys look a bit overextended. Get picked off, and we can carry that momentum and take out the siege. But no, I think pull back. Scattering, but we still actually have people here. I should try to stack. Let's push back in. So that's good. I'm gonna turn around. I turn on them pretty quickly. Just about here. Let's go. Cabs are hitting the pushing out, so if I click on the bottom to attack people, that will bring it back into my little 3 stack. Lines going back. Think turning. I see some of their lines coming back. Confirm that. I'm about half health, so in this kind of fighting, I think it's time to refresh. This guy. Hit my way out. Chasing is pretty far right now, but just hang around. It's gonna be nasty. I don't want to be a part of that. Get out of position, I'll just pull it back. And back to the refreshing. Let's go. So that was one of my better ones. I think QSH is carrying it. Anzu just even, just a little bit positive. Gang, This kind of report that makes me sometimes just want to come out with one march and just fight with QSH, pretty much. Efficient. I'm grabbing a healing rune. It's like 15 days, 21. Changing to my healing skin. 15, so let's save 6 hours. I mean, after the helps, probably like 4 or 5 hours. See what it is after I get this rune.
Once more into the breach, dear friends. Once more. If it be a sin to covet honor, I am the most offending soul alive.
Yeah, what I'm using the 20% attack, 20% skill damage, the archer attack and defense on QSH. I think this 10% capacity also does well on QSH, but I put that onto gang with 20% attack, and the infantry are just running the 10% attack and defense and 10% chance to proc. I should probably swap BQ behind Sun Tzu, honestly. Just forgot to do it. Let's get do it now before I forget. So that's brought it down to 14 days, 13 hours. So that saved like 26 hours. A bit less after the helps, but that's not too bad. I'm using the 7 March Speed 7 attack rune. I think that's, for this kind of fighting, that's definitely the best one. Honestly, pretty much any field fighting, that's a good option.
Je ne désire rien. Je prie seulement pour la France et la liberté de son peuple.
Speed this up before I forget.
If it be a sin to covet honor, I am the most offending soul alive.
So I just temporarily swap this to BQ. Tempted to do Luce. Be Luce for this back and forth.
其疾如风，其徐如林，侵略如火，不动如山，南之如阴，动如雷震。
Okay. Actually pretty close into us for once. Guess our numbers are getting less. Tight ball here. Push them. Position back a little bit. It's a bit slow to turn around. Once these guys not run back too fast, let's push. Maybe we can hit the siege. Good timing, I came back to the fight. Let him run. That guy is standing still. It always feels good watching the siege scatter. Oh, looks like we're going back. But yeah, it's definitely tough fighting out here, tough accounts. 60 billion, 50 billion. Oh, only 12 billion. Easy. We've got Makode out here, Ghost Rider. All up. Or not, let's just push them. Okay. Think. Getting ready with the turn now. People are going back, I don't know why, but pushing more up the top. Everyone coming back. Let's come back a little bit. Surely we'll on this guy. Keep pushing this guy. 2 guys. Pull up, turn, it's a little slow. Don't think I'm catching anyone yet. See if I can time this one a little better. Here we go. No, just chip damage. And the endless back and forth. Maybe we can get this siege again. Our numbers building up slightly. Pretty much any time we kind of get to a tight wall position, I tend to turn around because most of our people turn then. I thought we could have pushed the siege then, but looks like we're turning back. USH was a little slow. Stopping there. Now let's turn back. Game's getting a little choppy. Hug the wall here a bit. Positioning up top, and I think from about here we can turn. Pace those siege, but I don't think we're getting through. Where are we? No. It's just hard to read what everyone else is thinking. Here, push down. Maybe this can be the time. Pretty sure I'm doing almost no damage, but I think we're gonna get him this time. this left side. Take this guy out. Well, at least we cleared them out. Hang around here. A few extra hits. Probably hitting some Attila. Nowadays, Attila, that's probably not what I want to hit. Everyone's going hard down there. Chasing all these people away. Really? Guess that's Makote's marches back into his city. Alright, let's go refresh. This one's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Again, at least we're a little closer to the edge of the territory this time. The numbers are looking pretty even. But it'd be nice if we could move in, clear out that siege. Coming back a little bit. They are pushing pretty hard for once, and they fall back. One thing is, whatever march you have that sticks out the most, if you attack in the direction of that march, it kind of stops it from swinging more. Try to give an example of that in a sec. They're starting to move back, so we're coming in. If one of my marches starts poking out slightly, like the cab there, if you attack in that direction, it stops the march from going further out of position. Turn here. Cab seems to want to go down there. If I attack down a bit, keeps under control, but overall we're not doing a lot of kills here. That number's maybe not quite enough. Really needing to ball up a little more and see if we can overrun them. And now it's time to turn back. See if I can catch a couple of them out here. Go back a little. Turn on the same spot, so let's push. The numbers are looking a little too strong for us to push hard here. Got some kills, but it wasn't great. This one was pretty good. This one was alright. So overall, probably slightly positive on that one. the bush. See if I can get here in time. We're not going to be able to do a lot of damage by the time I get here. But at least we can punish these siege a bit. Been beating on us for the last 5 minutes, I'm sure. What's this guy doing here? He's chilling. Problem is now I'm sure we're gonna send ourselves way down to their territory soon enough. I can help this guy out a bit. Scare some people. This guy's gonna run, yep. But yeah, fast. And yeah, start to see some lines. That might have been a little early. Oh, looks like it was good. Right, coming for us. We're all pulling back. Our lines are going backwards. And I'm sure we're going to turn. That's a little slow. Next time I'll have to try and turn slightly earlier. Wonder if we can come down and start to clear out some of these guys. Not quite. Back and forth continues. A lot nicer if we could do this in our territory, but it's not the way it goes. Okay. Last few little runs down there were not going well, so let's try stuff up the top here. At least outside the territory is slightly better. To get anything much in this fighting. That's just hoping someone is going to make a mistake, pretty much. Get that little bit of kills on that guy. '93 is pretty disciplined though, I would say, on their fighting. They don't usually have many people running out of position. Get a little more aggressive. Maybe we're wanting to take this siege out, but I don't think we've quite got the numbers. like 20% more march speed than all my marches. Let's see, can I break through? Siege a tank, Jesus. Okay, at least we've got a couple of them. Come back with the group. That was up there. Time to refresh. Sage did pretty well. Sanzu did pretty well. Yeah, not too bad. So we're getting a couple of deads, nothing much. Actually, do well in this siege, I suppose so.